In today's video, I want to talk about 16 back pain relief myths. Odds are you're doing at least 5 of these things. I guarantee you, thinking that one of these 5 that you're doing are going to actually bring you relief, and I'm telling you that they're not. I'm going to explain these myths to you, bust them wide open, and give you some better suggestions. If you've been trying to exercise and exercise is not working, or you go into the gym and usually it maybe gives you a little bit of relief while you're at the gym, but 24 hours later, you're just back to the same old you, highly sensitive, I got a free guide. You can go to fitnessforbackpain.com/pain-free training. I show you exactly the way you should structure your program, how to incorporate core training into your program, the order of the exercises that you should be picking, and what type of exercises you should be picking, not just for your core, but for your entire body to build strength safely. Get it at fitnessforbackpain.com/pain-free training. Myth number 1 is treating the actual site of where the pain is coming from is the solution, or is where you're going to find the solution to long-term relief. A lot of times you'll find this strategy in the medical model where surgeons are looking for herniations, bulges, things like that, and they say, aha, this is why you have pain, let's fix it. And they go in at the site and they try to fix it, thinking that's what's going to actually bring you relief. We understand that back pain is very complex, and in order to really get a major control to see long-term relief, you have to look up and downstream from the actual pain site. So instead of diving right into the low back and stretching it and pulling it and injecting it and doing all these things, think more full body. Think more of your entire lifestyle, things that you're doing that could be affecting your symptoms instead of hyper-focusing in one certain area. Myth number 2, building a stronger core is the solution to long-term back pain relief. No. Typically, core training helps with the symptoms of sensitivity during exercise. It is not the solution to back pain. You can look at the research. There is both evidence supporting that it does help, and there's evidence that supports that it does not help. So we can't really say that yes, a stronger core directly correlates with pain-free back. It's just not the case. Now, where I suggest that you focus is looking at endurance and core coordination. The byproduct of working on endurance and core coordination is strength. So your core is going to get stronger naturally, but focusing and picking exercises that involve building endurance in the trunk, as well as learning how to brace, breathe, and move with the right amount of core brace is where I think you should focus. Myth number 3, specialized balms, creams, patches, whatever you want to do that you slap on that sensitive area is not going to yield long-term results. I say this all the time with my clients. There's a big difference between short-term relief strategies and long-term relief strategies. Odds are if you're constantly using balms, creams, and patches, you are addicted, or you are so focused on the short-term relief that you are not investing in the long-term strategy. You've got to understand the difference and not rely on the things like balms, creams, and patches to give you something that they're not created to do, which is long-term relief. Myth number 4, the McGill Big 3 are the only core exercises that are best fit for back pain sufferers. I love Stuart McGill. I've based a lot of my own personal recovery in my back situation on a lot of his methods, but I do not like the way they glorify 3 specific exercises. It's really, they just pick 3 exercises and they have some research and studies behind them as far as their effectiveness. But I have learned in my own experience that doing certain exercises like the McGill Crunch did not work well for me. The Bird Dog, it caused back tension, back tightness early in my recovery. Can I do them now? Yes. Did the McGill Crunch and the Bird Dog lead to my recovery that I'm experiencing today? Absolutely not. Branch outside of that and you will get the relief you're looking for. Myth number 5, ice and heat are a great long-term relief strategy. No, you can use them long-term, as in you can go home every night and slap a heating pad on your back. You can fall asleep to ice packs. You can constantly be shoving ice packs behind your back at work. You can do all those things for as long as you want, and yes, momentarily, in the moment, you will experience a reduction in your pain, which is a normal physiological reaction to something like a heat or ice, but it's not a long-term relief strategy. Stop doing that. It's not gonna fix your situation. It's gonna mask your symptoms temporarily to get some relief. Nobody wants to live like that. Focus on long-term strategies over a short-term strategy like ice and heat. Myth number 6, the medical model is the best strategy for long-term chronic back pain relief. This is my opinion. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. I think doctors are geniuses. I think they're way smarter than I am. They're doing greater things than I am. But when it comes to the topic of back pain and the way they pursue relief for each individual, I do not agree with. Unfortunately, the medical model focuses heavily on numbers, right? It's about quotas, it's about revenue goals, it's about time with each individual. So when it comes to chronic low back pain, where context is very important, they can't deliver that type of service to you. It's not set up that way. Instead of being like,
oh, the medical model is bad and they'll just ruin me, I don't trust any doctors.
No, I'm not saying that. What I suggest that you do is keep looking. Find someone who will take the time to understand the context behind your injury. You have tons and tons of control over your own recovery, over the path that you're going to take. You know your body better than any medical model, any 15-minute with a surgeon. Find someone who will teach you how to learn the things that are most important for you and your recovery. Myth number 7, working out alone is the only thing you really need to heal back pain. Right? And this is often confused when you come to my site, you come into my world. I talk heavily about strength, talk heavily about moving the body, which is really important. But there's so many more layers to back pain relief. It's not just exercise, right? There's lifestyle factors, there's stress, there's anxiety, there's the narrative you have around your pain, there's the neuroplastic element to pain. You can't just say, okay, the doctor said I have to exercise more, so I go to the gym, get a membership, and I exercise 4 days a week, and my pain is gonna go away. And that's just not the case. It's not going to. It might mask the pain, but it won't take it away. Myth number 8, you should be sold out and only follow one method of relief. Now, when I say method, think of like the McKenzie method or the McGill method or just neuroplastic pain. Like those are methods and approaches to getting relief. And 100%, I do not suggest anybody follow one person's approach. There's no way one person, doesn't matter how much research or understanding they have. Yes, these are smart people, which is why their methods are effective. But for you, take pieces of all of them. I encourage you to explore the McGill method, explore his understanding of pain triggers and how it affects you, explore pain science, neuroplastic pain, understand these things and realize that your pain and back issue is very complex and it's not gonna be solved by one method, it's gonna be solved by a combination of all of them. Myth number 9, being overweight and experiencing back pain are very much connected. Therefore, if you lose a bunch of weight, your pain will go away. It's a very common belief and thought pattern. It makes sense. The heavier I am, the more compression I'm putting on my spine, the more stress it's under. Research does not support either way. There are some research that says, yeah, sure, maybe compressing the spine in certain positions does trigger pain. So you can be overweight and due to poor mechanics or poor movement habits, you do experience sensitivity. But if you removed all that weight and moved the same way in a way that triggers your pain, the pain's still going to be there. There is no ideal body weight for the least amount of pain. If that was true, that means the skinnier you are, the healthier you are. And that is not the case. You can be overweight. You can have some pudge. You can be unhealthy in that sense or that look and not have pain. You can be overweight and not have back pain with a herniated disc. All those things are actual facts. So don't hang your hat on the idea of, I don't have to fix anything. All I gotta do is lose a bunch of weight. Myth number 10, squats and deadlifts should be a part of every single strength training program if you wanna build a robust, strong, bulletproof spine and have zero back pain. No, squats and deadlifts in and of themselves, barbell squats, barbell deadlifts, do not need to be factored into your relief strategy. There are tons of different ways that you can load the body and hinge and squat at the same time, okay? So don't think that the best program always includes deadlifts and squats. If I wanna feel better, I have to do them. No, that's a myth. Myth number 11, standing versus sitting. There is one better and one worse, and you have to do more of one than the other. No, you can stand and you can sit. You can do it with both pain and no pain. Sitting more versus standing more is not gonna lead to less pain. We've gotta understand that. Variety is what your body wants and desires and needs. It is a big habit of us to sit and work. That's how life, our jobs are created. We're created to sit and work. So naturally, we're all sitting too much, okay? So we can say that, but sitting is not the new smoking. It's not gonna kill you, it's not the devil. What you need to think more about is saying, okay, what options do I have? Can I add more standing to my day? Yes, then do it. If while sitting, can I add more varieties of the styles of sitting or the positions that I'm sitting in throughout my day to bring some relief? Absolutely. So if it's not just about sitting, if it's not just about standing, you have to think beyond that and add variety. Myth number 12, having perfect posture is the solution to back pain. No. I'm a firm believer in posture awareness. So if we spend a lot of time like this and we're working and then it's like ding, 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 day's over and you're like, oh snap, I'm all snapped up. Like if that's you, then yes, having a more upright ergonomic posture more often is going to help you, but obsessing over keeping some rigid, super strict, super stacked posture with every movement and activity you do is a myth. Myth number 13, that back pain relief is all due to mechanical issues. The way you move, the way you hinge, your perfect posture, the way you exercise. These are all factors, but the relief, long-term relief to back pain will not come from only having a mechanical view on your specific situation, okay? There is a real thing called neuroplastic pain. There is a real thing called the mind-body connection. It's how the brain communicates with the body and sends signals like pain. If you are in an acute situation, you've gone from acute to chronic and now your pain signals are chronic. They're every single day, everlasting, always on. Then there is a mind-body connection going on. There's a signaling issue going on that is signaling saying, hey, something is wrong when there really isn't anything wrong. If you have no damage, but you're experiencing pain, your solution is not gonna be mechanical. I wanna encourage you to look at neuroplastic pain and see how those elements of relief apply to your situation. Myth number 15, you gotta do more rest to get more relief. That means laying on the couch, taking some time off, laying around your bed, watching Netflix. Absolutely not. The best strategy for relief is movement. It's all about finding your specific ceiling of pain and making sure that your movement and activity does not exceed that ceiling. So don't lay around taking medication and sulking in your pain. Get up and get moving. Last but certainly not least, flare-ups equal your strategy. What you're doing now is not working. No. Flare-ups are all a part of the process. You can be on a great strategy doing all the right things, but life smacks you square in the nose, okay? Your kid jumps from some high area and you catch them and then your back goes out. You go to grab that little dumbbell or grab your shoes or grab your pants or whatever you're doing and your back spasms. All of those things are a part of the process. They are not signs and symptoms of a failed attempt at getting relief. Trust that flare-ups are a part of your program, but you have to make sure that you're following a good program. And also, if you do have a flare-up, make sure that you have a strong strategy to reduce the symptoms as fast as possible so that you can get back to your long-term strategy, okay? So it's not about preventing flare-ups. We can't have a flare-up. No. They might happen, they might not happen, but the best thing to do is understand that they could happen and what exactly you're gonna do to actually fix them if they do happen. Boom, 16 myths busted. Let me know in the comment section which one you have been following that you're like, okay, I'm gonna stop doing this now. Put it in the comments below, no judgment. We've all do it. We all could be still doing it now. It's just a fact of life, right? We all make mistakes. The idea is getting sharper, improving ourselves and making better decisions as often as possible. Be sure if you're looking to get into the gym and exercise, using exercise as a tool in your toolbox, make sure you're doing it right. Make sure you're setting yourself up for 100% success as it pertains to your strategy in the gym. You can grab that free guide at fitnessforbackpain.com/pain-free training. It's a free PDF you can print off, you can take with you into the gym, keep it in a binder, whatever you want to do to design your ideal training strategy. Again, fitnessforbackpain.com/pain-free training, and I'll see you on the next episode.